Yeah, I was a lot more mature my next time around, a lot more mature, where I was looking for, what am I looking for in a relationship? And Eloise is just a gem, and she's a wonderful, wonderful lady.
You've said in the past that you have regrets as a father, as a husband.
Sure.
Like what?
Well, one regret is, but I didn't know any better. I was a kid. I had a child when I was a child. So I didn't spend that much time with my first child because I was working all the time, and you realize that extra importance. We spent time together. We'd go fishing up at Tritedale or somewhere. I'd bring my lovins with me, but it would have been nice if I would have segregated a little bit more time to have a little more family time. When I started Paul Mitchell, I was all over the place all the time. I still spent some time with my daughter and then daughters, but I was still on the road a whole lot, but I spent more time with them. I think I'd go back, I would have spent a little more time with my oldest son now in those days, and somehow found a way to do it had I had realized that, because time goes by very, very fast.
So you've been married to the same beautiful lady, Eloise, for a long time. But before that, you were married 3 times.
For all the wrong reasons.
I was going to say, when you've been divorced already 3 times, why try again?
Well, it was for all the wrong reasons. When I was young, she was just the prettiest girl in the world, right? And 19 years old, 20 years old, you just go for the hottest looking girl. At least that's what I was brought up. I didn't look for anything else. And she was, but nothing else worked. I didn't know any better. I would have been a better husband as I looked for the right thing in life, but I didn't know any better. My second wife, very lovely lady at the time. But there were things that we didn't match up. I didn't know any better. I just didn't know any better. The third one, very, very nice lady, but we weren't compatible in all the ways we should be compatible. It was very, very short term. But in those days, if I went out with you, in many cases, I ended up marrying you. Just one of those things. I didn't take my time. Had I taken my time, I think it probably, whether I'd made the same decision or with somebody else, it probably would have been a better one. Sometimes you just don't know, but as time goes on, you know.
Outside of looking for something different, come the 4th time, was there anything you did differently?
Yeah, I was a lot more mature my next time around, a lot more mature, where I was looking for, what am I looking for in a relationship? And I was a little more defined at that time. And I actually even wrote out a list of, what I'd want in somebody. And Eloise is just a gem, and she's a wonderful, wonderful lady.
Yeah, in the list, you're in your Porsche driving with Eloise. And you end up showing her the
Well,
list.
it wasn't quite. She says it wasn't the Porsche. It wasn't. It was. I think
she tells it as a romantic story. I'm like, is it romantic?
It was no more. I think I showed it at my house at the time. She said, "No, it's in your car." I said, "Well, okay." I kind of remember in my car or in the house. I sat down. I said, "Here's a lot of things looking for a lady. And by the way, I don't know everything in life, but there's a couple of things you have that aren't even on my list." And I let her know that she was a good lady.
Tell about the blind date.
She was a blind date. No, I'd been single for quite a while at that time, and all my friends, and I'd started making some money, so I had a nice car and nice house, and all my friends hooked me up with everyone you can imagine. Many of them were actresses, and with all due respect and kindness, and they were very well-known actresses and wonderful, but we just didn't jive. And a few of the top models. Anyway, so after a while, I was just really picky. If I went out with somebody for the first time, I'd have breakfast with them because that was safe. You didn't have to kiss them goodnight, it was safe, who knew? Anyways, this lady who wrote children's books called me one day. I met her one time, and she called me after that and said, "I met this young lady named Eloise that I think you'll really, really, really get along with. You guys will really hit it off well." I said, "Okay." I said, "What does she do for a living?" "Well, she's a model and actress." Nope, had enough of those. Just call her. And Eloise had met her one time, so we talked over the phone, and she's like a wonderful person. And I didn't know what she looked like or anything. And I picked her up for brunch. It was safe brunch, right? Never saw her. Pulled up and all of a sudden, whoa, yeah, she's a beautiful girl, right? I didn't know that at all. It was just a nice person. So we got in the car to go to brunch, and she started to tell me how 6 months prior, this mutual friend of ours, Ron Sembler, and his wife wanted to introduce us, but told her, "No, he's gone. There's no way you're gonna get this guy. He's gone," right? So we said, "Forget brunch, let's go up and see Ron." And I had a bottle of Patron in the back seat. And she didn't know, because she didn't know me at the time, or at least I don't think she did, right? She said she didn't, right? But I believe her. But I don't know, she thought I was an alcoholic. I was carrying this bottle of Patron and went to Ron's house with her and brought the bottle of Patron. And then, of course, she realized on the company.
How did you propose?
I proposed to her by sending her just a load of flowers and asking her.
And then some.
Oh yeah, well, a whole bunch of flowers. She lived in an apartment at that time, and I filled her apartment with roses and asked her if she'd marry me.
And literally filled the
Yeah, filled the
apartment with
apartment,
roses,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
You remember how many roses you got?
No, I think there was 1,300. She was born on the 13th, and we're 13 years apart, so it was very easy.
Tell about who sang at and who catered your wedding.
Well, the wedding was when I had nothing, and I've got to take my hats off to a lot of great people out there. When I had absolutely nothing, some superstars were my pals because we just liked each other. One was Roger Daltrey, as in The Who. So when I got married, Roger Daltrey's gift was he flew in from England with the band, and they played at our wedding. They brought along Extreme, which was a really hot group at the time. Gary, he came and played, and a dear friend of ours brought Cher with her, and Cher got so excited. She got on stage and sang, and the great Millie Kaiserman got on stage and sang, and before you knew it, you had all these superstars at our wedding with 500 people on stage singing. It was very, very nice. It was quite an event.
Cher, The Who, and then Wolfgang Puck.
Oh, Wolfgang Puck and John Settler catered the whole thing for us, and these guys gave their time as a gift. I paid for the food, but as a gift, they gave their time, which is very nice.